hey, what's going on here? I had a maths book and I found this word in it, this one up here, Bedmass. So I thought, well, let's analyse this. I reckon it's got something to do with a bed and maths. It was in a maths book, you know. I wonder if that's the case. Let's try and work on that. So, is it that maths is going to go to bed? Don't think so. Maybe it's got something to do with operations in maths. Which way do you do it? Like this. Does it matter whether you add up the 3 and the 7 then take 5? Or could you take the 5 away from 7 first? What about this one over here? Do you multiply these first and then divide? Or could you divide these first and then multiply by 6? Which way do you do it is the burning, red hot burning question there. Okay, let's have a look at this. You've probably seen some of this stuff before. And the question is, does it matter which order you do things in? That's the subject of this presentation now. Does it matter which order you do these operations in? Let's have a look at this one here. 3 plus 7 is 10 take 5, which would be 5. That's method 1, if you like. Or we could have said 3 plus, now 7 take 5 is 2. That's another way of doing it. It didn't matter there, did it? Both methods gave the same answer. Let's come down to this one and let's do 6 by 3. So 6 by 3 is 18, divided by 2 is 9. Let's do it a different way. Let's go 6 times, now 3 divided by 2, I'll scrub that out because 3 divided by 2 is 1.5 or 1.5. 6 times 1.5 is still 9. Hey, it doesn't look as if it does matter here. Okay, let's do another one. 23 take 10 is 13, divided by 2 is 6.5, 6.5. Let's do it another way. Let's do 10 divided by 2 first. So it would be 23 take 5, which would be, danger, danger. We get a different answer here. These two answers are different depending upon whether we do this first and then that, or this first and then take it away from 23. Do you get it? Pause it and just have a look. It looks like, yes, come up here, it does matter. It looks like it does matter. Let's do this one down here. 3 times 8 is 24. Take 6 times 5, so 24 take 6 is 18. Just doing it left to right now is 90. Okay, one way of doing it. Let's do it a different way. Let's do this first. 24 take, and let's do this little bundle separately. 24 take 30 is neg 6. Danger again here. If you're going just left to right, you would do that. If you bundle them up into the timeses and then subtract them, you get that. This is a problem. Okay, a real problem here. So can we have a system? Let's go down and have a look. That's what I'm going to ask you. Hey, we need a system. We need some way that no matter who reads the problem, you would get the same answer. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. That's all we're talking about. It's not hugely conceptual. It's so that when people read a maths calculation, they're all going to read it the same way and do the same operations in the same order. Okay, let's have a look at that rule again. So this is nothing to do with maths going to bed, mate. You might have seen that. There's no TH in there. Anyway, what's Bedmass stand for? Okay, it's B for brackets. We always are going to use a rule that we do anything that's in a bracket first. So only so that everybody would get the same answer. Calculate any parts involving exponents. Do use the brackets, Do you remember exponents? 2 to the power of 3 or 2 by 2 by 2. Starting from the left, we start from the left. Generally, you perform all the divisions and multiplications as you come to them. So that's okay. Left to right, as you come to them. But then you restart from the left doing all the additions and subtractions. So that's to do with this. Brackets, exponents, division and multiplication. Doesn't matter the order in which you do those. Addition and subtraction. I think this is the key point, as you saw before. You need to do those additions and subtractions last. Otherwise, we're going to get different answers depending on how you do them. So this is our system, Bedmass. It's just an easy way of remembering how to go about a series of operations so that everybody gets the right answer. Okay, so can you remember brackets, exponents, divisions, multiplications, additions and subtractions? All right, let's do some practice. You'll have to get the hang of this. So I just want to make one little note down here, and I'm using screen clippings from Hayes and Harris publications here. So you should get that book and have a look. If an expression contains one set of brackets, you do that part first. That's what we said, Bedmass. B for brackets first. If an expression contains 2 or more sets of brackets, one inside the other, do the inner one first. Okay. You might say, why? Well, because we need some sort of system, and we've decided that this would be the system universally, internationally, that we could use so everybody around the world would get the same answer. The division line of fractions behaves as a grouping symbol. It's like a bracket. Okay, so you've got to do the top and the bottom separately before doing the division. Okay, so there's some rules, and that's all they are. Just remember, Bedmass is a system so that everybody internationally would get the same answer. Come down, let's do some stuff. Here are a couple of examples. Okay, 3 plus 7 take 5. That's only addition and subtraction, so it can be done in any order. So we can go from left to right because addition and subtraction at the end of Bedmass, the AS, is 3 plus 7 is 10, take 5 is 5. Now, here we've got multiplication and division, and I said that's Bedmass, DM in the middle of Bedmass, and you can do them in any order. I showed that up before, so we'll do it left to right. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So it's usually left to right, unless you've got mixtures of addition and subtraction mixed in with multiplication and division. Okay, come down to this one. Now, we've got a subtraction and then a division. Uh-oh, we've got to do the division, Bedmass. Let's write it down here. Bedmass. Okay, division comes before subtraction. So we've got to look at doing that first. So the book has highlighted here, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then we take it away from 13. So we work from left to right, but you've got to bring this in as well. Let's look at this one. Now we've got multiplications here. Let's put down Bedmass. Not a bad idea to work through this. We've got multiplications here. They've got to be done before addition and subtraction. Okay, so let's group them. 3 8s are 24, take 6 5s are 30, and therefore 24 take 30. Just remembering, 24 would be out here on the number line, then reverse the direction, take 30, down here would be at -6. So number lines can help you with directed number problems. Keep in mind what's happening. The negative sign means change in direction. Okay, are you ready? Study that. Maybe write down Bedmass and try to remember it now, because I'm going to ask you to do some problems. Here we are. 1D1. So here I'm going to write it for you. Bedmass. So working basically from left to right, and then though you're applying this system. Okay. Brackets done first. powers or exponents, division and multiplication, any order of those two, and then addition or subtraction, any order of those two, but not when they're mixed up with division and multiplication, because we can get into trouble with the way we do it. We want everybody to have the same answer. Okay, pause the presentation. I'd like you to have a go at these problems, and I'll show you the answers down below as usual. Here we go. You can toggle forward as you do them to check the answers. All right, how are you going? Can you get the idea of the system? All right, let's move on and have a look at another one. Here's another example. Okay, we've got a bracket in here. That's the thing what we do first. Bedmass, brackets, over, exponents, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Okay, so we'll head into this area first. Here it is here. So 11 take 7 is 4. What's next? You've got to do timesing before addition. So 4 2s are 8, so now it's gone 3 plus 8 is 11. Okay, just check this. Brackets there. Then we had a multiplication, and then finally we did the addition. Okay, got to get into a good habit here. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. There's your bundle. Got some brackets in there. Okay, so got to do the inside of the bracket first. All right, pause the presentation, have a go, and I'll show you the answers. So as you do a couple, toggle forward and just check you're getting them correct. Okay, so there's some answers there for you. Okay, did you get them? Check. Bedmass. Okay, let's go on and see what we can do. Okay, another slightly more difficult problem now. Well, do you see why up here? Do you see why it's a little bit more difficult? Well, we've got an outside bracket and then some business going on inside it. So we've got to do the brackets first, but you always do the inside bracket. Work from the inside out here. Okay, so 12 plus 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then take 4 squared on the end. Now, here we've still got a bracket, so we won't do the exponent yet. So doing the bracket, 12 plus 3 is 15. Take 4 squared, and then our exponent next. Right, brackets, over, exponent, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Memorize that off now. 15 take 16 is -1. Just remembering that now on the number line. Go out to 15, positive 15. There's no sign in front, it means positive. And then back 16, neg 16. Reverse the direction, and so you'd be back at -1. All right, do you get it? So let's build it up. We can get some quite complicated expressions going here. And you might run into these later in your career in engineering or something like that, where we've got quite sophisticated formulae and substitution in, and you've got to get the order right. Okay, so here's some with double brackets. So pause the presentation and have a go and see what you think. I'll show you the answers now, down below. Here they are. All right, have a go at that. How are you going? All right, how's Bedmass working for you? Don't put maths to bed, mate. Get into it. Okay, here we go. Let's have another example. Here's one with a division. So here's a little person over here, straight off the basketball court. The fraction bar acts like a division sign. That could be a soccer ball, I don't know. What do you reckon? Anyway, the fraction bar acts like a division sign. So, what are you going to do here? Bedmass to the rescue. There's so many numbers there. Where do you start? Well, you start with a bracket. So here's a bracket and here's a bracket. So it's 12 plus -2 and 18 divided by 9. Getting rid of the brackets first. There you are. It's right at the front there. Okay. Now, what are you going to do? Well, if you're going through here, there's no exponents, but there is a big division here, isn't there? A top line and a bottom line. So you've got to sort of think of the division sign as a bracket separating two things. So before we do that, we're going to have to do the top line. 12 plus -2 is 10. Just check it. Okay, let's just check it here. 12 going out to positive 12, take 2, opposite sign will be 10. Okay, so 10 divided by 2, and we can do that now, is 5. Okay, so the fraction bar acts like a division sign, so it is a division sign, and I'd like you to think of it as almost like in here, almost like a bracket. You're going to do the division, but first of all, you're going to do the separate entities, so you know what you're dividing. Okay, let's go down and have a look. Okay, here's 3 more questions, and nearly coming to the end. I hope you're getting some confidence up there. Remember, it's left to right, but as you go, you've got to pick out anything that might be coming in the front of Bedmass. Brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Okay, have a go at these, and I'll forward it here and show you some answers. Okay, there's our answers for that little set. Okay, must check your work as you go. You don't want to practice hard and find you practice the wrong thing. Okay, let's go down and finish off now using a calculator. Okay, you must remember Bedmass, because the calculator will do it from left to right, basically. Okay, so you might have to use some things on the calculator to keep the order right. Okay, so let's have a look at this problem. 15 divided by 3 plus 2. I'll go through the Casio because I'm using that in these presentations. So, 15 division sign by 3 plus 2. Okay, so it's just working left to right as we go there. This one is a bit more problematic because you're doing a division. That's got to be done before that addition down the bottom there. So you're going to use a bracket. 15 divided by, see the bracket there? We want to divide by all that 3 plus 2. So we're actually going to have to do the 3 plus 2 first, because this division is acting like a bracket, if you like. You can't divide anything until you've added those up. So then we'd hit execute and we get that answer. What about this one? Same thing, -8 divided by, but we must have an answer for the bottom line so we can divide it, and that would be -2. So it's the use of brackets, so the division sign, 4 take 7 over 3 plus 2. This is acting like a bracket. Use a bracket for this when you're doing work on your calculator. Could I just remind you of something? I work a lot with senior students, and when they want to square -2, they sometimes put in -2 squared. And that's wrong, isn't it? This is going to square just the 2. If you want to square the whole of this, you must put that. It then means the square of a negative times a negative is a positive. Please don't put that. Okay, -2 squared means we're squaring only the -2. So that's 2 by 2 with a neg put in front. Okay, so what do you mean? Okay, be careful with the calculator and powers or exponents. That's very, very important to watch out for that. Okay, play with the calculator now. So come down and give you some you can do on the calculator. There we are. Evaluate using your calculator. The numbers are bigger. So you're going to need to use the calculator because 9 times 25 over here are fairly hard to do with long multiplication. Well, it's not long multiplication, it's short multiplication really, but it's bigger numbers, and here fairly difficult to do this in your head or on paper, so use the calculator here. All right, I want you to try all of them, and I'm going to show you the answers now. And there they are. All right, so look, just keep in mind, keep this all in perspective here. Bedmass is a system to ensure that universally we would have the same answer to a calculating problem. So try to remember that. All right, how are you going, you young mathematicians there? Are you having fun? Remember, let's get up close and personal with maths, and then it certainly is fun. All right, cheers for now. I'll catch you in the next presentation.